Blessed love and blessings way, way, way up. Jermell Charlo and Tony Harrison put on a great show in the rematch, and I believe they both earned and gained each other's respect. Let's talk about it.
Go. Welcome to
Real Life Boxing.
Blessed love and blessed day. Oh, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fight nation. It's Coach Fighting. This is Real Life Boxing. As I said, Jermell Charlo and Tony Harrison put on an amazing fight, an amazing showing in the rematch. Both of these guys earned and gained each other's respect. Hey, before we get into it, I'm going to ask you guys to smash on the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you can be notified when all content is being uploaded on Real Life Boxing. Let's talk about it. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to both of these guys. Both of these guys deserve a lot of credit because I think that both of them did what they had to do. Both of them fought a good fight. Both of them made adjustments, you know what I'm saying? So I think that, and both of them fought this fight on a very, very, very high level and very aggressive, you know what I'm saying? So I think that both men definitely deserve credit. Let's start with Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo, he deserves some credit. Now, to my surprise, I felt like he would have came out in this fight and fought different from the first fight, but he came out fighting the same way that he fought in the first fight. He came out like the first round just straight gunning, like winging. And I don't know if that was part of his game plan, or if it was just emotions, but he came out in the first round just winging punches, just swinging wild, and that kind of surprised me. You know what I'm saying? And he kept that up for the first few rounds. Not as bad, but he kind of kept it up, and then he kind of he kind of switched up the game plan. He made some adjustments. Early to mid to late rounds, he made some adjustments. He stopped making adjustments from about the second round, from the second to the third round on, and just continued to adjust throughout the fight, because Tony Harrison, he came out, fighting a different fight than what he fought in the first fight. Like I said in my fight prediction, I felt like Tony Harrison needed to come out and press the action a little bit more, and he absolutely did. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come out boxing on the back foot. He came out boxing on the front foot, and he was actually the one stepping towards Jermell Charlo. And I think that Jermell Charlo, he definitely had to switch up his game plan because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because the first round, he came out gunning. Tony Harrison wasn't going anywhere. Second round was a more like head-to-head fight. You know what I'm saying? Like they were standing there and throwing punches, and that's how Tony Harrison actually got dropped at the end of the second round in an exchanging left hooks with Jermell Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Ended up getting dropped. And even from that point on, Tony Harrison was still pressing forward. I mentioned that both of these guys gained and earned each other's respect. I feel like Tony Harrison, he gained Jermell Charlo's respect early in that fight. He gained Jermell Charlo's respect before Jermell Charlo gained Tony Harrison's respect. Even after the knockdown, Tony Harrison was still being disrespectful, not respecting the power of Jermell Charlo, just not respecting him, just walking forward, attempting to walk him down. Now Mel was doing a pretty good job, you know what I'm saying, of boxing off the back foot. You know what I'm saying? Even though Tony Harrison was still doing a better job boxing on the front foot than Mel was doing boxing off the back foot, I felt like Mel was breaking him down. The punches that Tony Harrison was landing some good, crisp, clean punches, but they weren't hard punches. You know what I'm saying? The punches that Mel is landing, they're hard punches. Even when Tony Harrison is catching them on the glove or catching them on the elbow, those punches are still hard. You know what I'm saying? And you could see over the course of the fight, that Mel was breaking him down. There was one part in the middle of the fight where Mel looked like he was kind of getting tired. I think Tony Harrison hit Jermell Charlo with some really good body shots that Mel didn't like. A lot of people talking about the headshots that Tony Harrison was hitting him with. I think that he hit him with better body shots than he hit him with headshots. Jermell Charlo has a really good defense. Like he keeps his gloves high, he catches punches really well, and he rolls with punches also. You know what I'm saying? I think Tony Harrison did hit him with some good shots upstairs, but I think that the punches that Tony Harrison hit him with downstairs was bothering Jermell Charlo more than the headshots. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, Jermell Charlo deserves a lot of credit because he has great punch resistance. He has a great chin. He's got great stamina. And him and his brother, they are just physical juggernauts. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what people want to say about their boxing skills are limited. Like what is world class about the Charlos is their strength, their power. You know what I'm saying? Just their physical attributes, their physical ability, their endurance, their punch resistance, their punch resilience. Just they're just physical juggernauts. You know what I'm saying? Some of these punches that Tony Harrison was hitting Jermell Charlo with probably would have hurt other fighters, but they did not seem to hurt Jermell Charlo at all. The one thing that I see about Jermell that I don't like is he doesn't put his punches together well, and he doesn't place his punches well. Every punch for Jermell Charlo is a power punch. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's easy for him to be countered by Tony Harrison or by a boxer that can counter, because every punch for him is a power punch. Almost similar to like how Errol Spence fights. You know what I'm saying? They don't throw combinations. They throw like single hard punches. You know what I'm saying? It's like one punch at a time. It's not a combination. You know what I'm saying? It's one punch at a time. You know what I'm saying? One after the other. Just sitting down on all of his punches. He really needs to like learn to put his punches together. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what Tony Harrison did a better job of in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Is putting his punches together. You know what I'm saying? A little crisp 1-2 upstairs and then a hard left hook to the body. Like Mel, everything is hard. The 1-2 upstairs is hard, and then the left hook to the body will be hard. So easy to catch him sometimes. And I spoke about my fight breakdown. I spoke about how Tony Harrison's offense in the first fight was really basic. In the senses he would just throw like a 1-2-3, not really mixing up his combinations. Just his combinations were really basic. Well, Mel, he throws better combinations, but when you're just loading up on every punch like that, it's also kind of basic because, Tony Harrison then, gets accustomed to what you're doing. So it's easy for him to block and roll from punches because he knows what punches are coming, because they're not even coming like right after each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like one hard punch at a time. It's not like bap, bap, bap. It's like bap, bap, bap. You know what I'm saying? Not like 1, 2, 3. It's like 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? So I think Jermell, that's something that Jermell needs to work on. But with that being said, like I said, I think that both of these guys did really good. I think that Tony Harrison did a great job of going into training camp and realizing that he couldn't fight the same fight as he fought in the first fight. And that's what I kept saying. And I think he realized it. And I think his game plan was just to come out here and fight this man. Whether he gets knocked out or not was just not to go out on his shield. I feel like he felt like if he was going to lose, he was going to go out fighting. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he definitely knew that he couldn't fight this fight how he fought the first fight. So he came out fighting, and he did a really great job. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once I feel like after the second round when he got dropped, he really got comfortable, because then he was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? That shot wasn't that bad. I went down, but I got up and I'm back out here fighting. So I think once he realized that he could take Jermell's stuff and he can give it also, he got really comfortable. But like he said, he got a little bit too comfortable, too relaxed. And obviously Jermell Charlo was the harder puncher in the combination. They exchanged left hooks, and the left hook that Tony Harrison landed was actually a really good left hook, but Jermell Charlo didn't budge, still followed through with his left hook, and that left hook rocked Tony Harrison and ended up ultimately being the beginning of the end of the fight. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it was a great fight. Both of these dudes deserve a lot of credit. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people are not happy with the way Mel fought. I'm not really happy with the way that he came out. I feel like he could have came out much better. But at the end of the day, like, he had to make in-fight adjustments, in which he did, and he was able to. And he was able to stay in there and get Tony Harrison out of there like he promised everybody that he would do. And you know what I'm saying? And Tony Harrison, like I said, he didn't come to lay down. He didn't run. He wasn't fighting a defensive fight like he did in the first fight. You know, he was standing up to the dog, like he said. He was standing up to the dog, pushing the dog back, and being aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And still being defensively aware at the same time. Was a really good fight. I feel like the fight was really close. A lot of people feel like Tony Harrison was on his way to winning the fight. I don't really feel like that way. I feel like Tony Harrison started off the fight really well, but I felt like a lot of those rounds were close, and some of those rounds were swing rounds, and I felt like Jermell Charlo was breaking them down, had won the last few rounds, and knocked them out. You know what I'm saying? So I would say at the time of the stoppage, it was in the 11th round. It could have been tied. You know what I'm saying? It could have been tied. Plus Mel had a knockdown in the second round. You know what I mean? So the fight could have been tied. Could have been even at the time of the knockdown. You know what I'm saying? With all that being said, it was a great fight. Both of these men deserve respect. Great fight, fought on a very high level. You know what I'm saying? Great offense, good defense, good counter punching. Just a overall good fight, fought on a very high level. So shout out to both of these men, Jermell Charlo and Tony Harrison. You guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Until then, keep fighting your fight and protect yourself at all times. It's Coach Fighters to Real Life Boxing. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.